So as we seen in the while loop, the program executes all statements after while in 3 times, that is n times. uh, that means how many times that we want to calculate. So program executes all statements after while 3 times. The logic for calculating the simple interest is written within pair of braces immediately after while keyword. So the logic for calculating the simple interest is written within pair of braces. That means there is a logic for calculating simple interest, that is p into n into r. Now these statements form these statements form what is called body of while loop. So whatever we write inside that while loop, it is called as body of while loop. The parentheses after the while contain a condition so long as this condition remains true. So the parentheses after the while contain a condition so long as the condition remains true. All state, that means count up to 3, count up to 4, that means this condition until this condition remains true, so this will count. Now uh, remains true, all statements within body of while loop keep getting executed repeatedly. So all statement within body of while loop keep getting executed repeatedly. To begin with, variable count is initiated to 1. To begin with, the initial count is initialized, so we have to begin somewhere. So the variable count is initialized to 1. That means we are starting from 1, so we can start from 0 also, but we can start from 1 also. So we have to initialize from somewhere. To begin with, the variable count is initialized to 1, and every time the simple interest logic is executed, the value of count is incremented by 1. That means every time simple interest logic is performed, the value of count is incremented by 1. The variable count is many times called either a loop counter or an index variable. So the variable count, that is up to 3, up to 4, it is all it can be called as either a loop counter or an index variable. So loop counter or index variable is the count uh, of how many times we want to calculate certain task, or how many times we want to perform repeatedly certain tasks. So that is loop counter or index variable. Tips and traps. General form of while loop is as shown below. So general form of while loop is as follows: initialize loop counter. So while test loop counter using a condition, that means do until a certain limit, that is while test loop counter using a condition, then do this and this and increment loop counter. So this is basically a format of using while loop. That is, in while loop we are first giving a condition up to which we want to calculate, then do this and increment loop counter. That means we are performing some task and then we are incrementing that counter. Note the following points about while loop. The statements within the while loop would keep on getting executed till the condition being tested remains true. When condition becomes false, the control passes to first statement that follows the body of while loop. That means, not that uh, so these are important points. First is, statements within while loop would keep on getting executed, so they are repeated until the condition is being tested. That means up to 3, up to 4 times, up to 5 times, that is condition being tested remains true. When condition become false, that is it is that means it is counted up to 3 times, so the condition is becoming false. The control passes to first statement that follows the body of while loop. That means uh, it ends after that condition is being false. Now the condition being tested may use relational or logical operator as shown in the following example. So how these conditions are, these are as follows. That means first is while I is less than or equal to 10, while I is greater than or equal to 10, and So while I is less than or equal to 10 means up to 10 we have to calculate. So this is first condition. Then while I is less than or equal to 10 and j is less than equal to 15, so this is another condition. And see, then this is after this is another condition. So these are logical conditions can also be used in while loop. So it is performed up until these conditions are satisfied, that is these are true. Once they are false, then this counter stops.